see not much has happened in the market since we last met at 12 midday. We can see that the last report of significance is due out at 2:15. It's now 2 o'clock. So the last report is due out at 2:15. That's the U.S. Industrial Production Report, which is a report of medium importance. And after that, the other reports are of low importance. And apart from that one at 10 o'clock, that's the New Zealand rate decision. Again, that is not of relevance to us because we're not trading the New Zealand dollar. So for all intents and purposes, the last important report for today is at 2:15. So we'll see if that has an impact on the market to change the direction of the market. Let's have a look at our charts. So we'll start with the pound dollar again. Initially when we met, we had our sell order just below the low point of the market today for the pound dollar. The low there is 15,449. So the plan was to sell just 2 points below that at 15,447. And the plan was to buy just above the high of the day at 15,590. So that was the plan at 12 midday when we met. But now that it's now 2 o'clock and the report will be out in 15 minutes. And we can see since we last met, the market started going up. And it looks like it's beginning to trend up. Obviously, to be sure of that, it has to make subsequent higher highs and higher lows. Now the fact that it's beginning to go up and the last report of the day is due to be announced that in about 10 minutes. We've now moved our order to sell just below the pivot point in anticipation that when the report comes out, the market might then start to trend either up or down. So if the market starts to trend down, we'll be happy to sell just below the pivot point. So we're going to move our order from where it was before. We'll move the sell order to just below the pivot point. So that will be where we're going to sell, but we'll leave our buy order at the same place, just above the high from yesterday. So that's the new orders for the pound dollar. The pending buy order is still the same, but we've changed the pending sell order to just below the pivot point. I think again that's another important point is like I said, is knowing when to use this indicators, when to use certain strategies and when not to use them. Before the report, especially before this last report at 2:15, we're not going to use the pivot point, and also at that time it was just going sideways here. But now that it's gone up, made a new high point there, we can now move the sell point to just below the pivot point. Again, like I keep saying, things in the market change, and it's a dynamic thing. With the Euro-US dollar, that hasn't changed at all. As compared to the pound dollar, you can see it's still going sideways, and there has been no change in that. So our pending orders are still the same, to sell just below the pivot point or to buy just above the high from yesterday. So those will be our pending orders, and we'll see what happens when the report comes out to see if the market will start to trend or if we'll still keep going sideways. Okay, so it's 2:15, final report out, final report of the day. The U.S. Industrial Production Report. So there are no more reports of importance today in relation to the markets we're looking at. And as we can see, there's not much happening in the market following the report coming out. That's the pound dollar, so it's not much reaction. Again, if you remember, there was a huge move in the market yesterday, and it might just be taking a break. So again, there's still a lot of indecision in the market. They don't know how to react to the report that's just been released. Well, from our own day trading point of view, we've decided that if the market does decide to go up, we'll buy just above the high point there. If the market starts to crash down, we'll sell just below the pivot point. And if it just keeps going sideways all day, then we'll keep out of the market. And then probably about 6, 7 o'clock, you can have a look again, and if by 6, 7 o'clock these orders haven't been taken and they're still there pending and they haven't been taken by 6, 7 o'clock, then we'll just go and delete them and start again tomorrow. Have a look at the Euro-US dollar. So same with that, still going sideways. So again, if it starts to go up, we'll buy just above the high from yesterday. If the market collapses, then we'll sell just below the pivot point. And again, if it just keeps going sideways all day and it doesn't get to either of those points, then again, you make sure you delete your pending orders by 6, 7 o'clock. And don't leave them hanging there till tomorrow morning.